Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. This is Ty the Note with the Makeup the Romantic Mochiga. Beautiful show about family, marriage, and everything. We had taken a 1 week break, but we are back. I've been moving up and down all over the place, but I am back. We are back with the show. Remember the last episode we had was with Dorin. Dorin, a single mother of 5 who narrated her story, and my God, this is so far one of the best episodes ever. It's one of those most emotional episodes we have had on this show. I'm thankful to everyone who watched. We had a lot of people watching. We had a lot of people reaching out. I'm so grateful for everyone who reached out to give Doreen a hand, to give her help. You know, being a single mother of 5 is not an easy thing. And the fact that you people came out to lend a hand, to help. I'm not going to mention your names because many of you said, no, we don't want our names to be mentioned. But thank you so much for the money you guys sent. Thank you for the help you sent. And thank you. May God bless you. I promised to bring her back, and most of you commented in the comment section that, we want her back, we want her back, we want her back. And yeah, we are back in part 2, and I promised to bring her with her daughter. Now, in today's episode, she's going to finish her story, and also her daughter is also going to narrate her story. Now, to the fathers out there, most of us have neglected our role. I saw people in the comment section saying, even people on Twitter and other social media platforms and TikTok, people are saying that maybe he did a DNA and found out that the children were not his. No. For a person who woke up one day and decided to leave and go and work and never came back, really, when did he do the DNA? And Dorin is also going to explain that to us, and she's going to finish the story. So, welcoming back Dorin and her daughter Miracle. Hi, Miracle.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
I need to speak up,
Yes.
I want people to hear you.
Yes.
All right. How old are you?
I'm now 20 years old.
You're now 20 years old.
Yes.
You're joining campus?
Yes, I am.
Interesting. Dorin,
Yes, please.
how have you been?
Yeah, I've been okay,
Mm.
but with mixed emotions.
What?
Sometimes when you talk about something,
Yeah.
it brings back those memories, those thoughts, and what's the way forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the comments, I'm someone who doesn't read, actually.
You don't read the comments?
I don't read to avoid emotional turmoil and trauma.
Yeah.
It's better not to
It's
go
better not to
reading
go
and
there.
commenting.
Yeah.
I think I just read the first day and I was like, that's enough.
Mm.
So you already have a lot of things you're thinking about. Now, if you add again social media comments and all those things, you will just get sick.
Oh, I understand.
So I've learned from past experience not to read comments.
Not to read comments. Okay. The last time we were here, we ended on a very emotional note.
Yeah.
You were telling us how on your children's birthdays you bought them gifts and lied to them it was their father. You told us how you were emotionally abused. So we would like to know, how did you get to snap out of this whole situation of not having shelter for your children, not having food? How are you able to come out of it? How are you able to stand firm, and how are you able to survive?
Actually, thank you for that question. I think it has been running through everyone's mind to know, how did Doreen survive? And I also meet people on a daily who ask me, how do you make it? First of all, I'm not going to say that I'm the most praying person or I'm highly educated or I have this good job. But one thing I know, God usually comes through for the needy. God usually comes through for the widows, single mothers, actually people who are rejected. God is there usually. He's near.
He's near.
So one thing I have to say, God has really been there for me. Some people don't believe in miracles, but for us, we've witnessed miracles.
Miracles, yeah.
Sometimes you're there, you're stuck, and someone just sends you money. Sometimes you're there, you're stuck. Like, remember that particular day, Miracle, when we went to church and came back and found food. There's a day we went to church, we came back, found food. Someone had shopped for us, posho, rice. And the person didn't want to look for them.
Are you serious? You just found it at your house?
Yes, we went to church and came back and found food. And we try to ask the neighbors, did you see the person who brought this food and whatever? They're like, no. And somehow I remember one of my children asking me, but mom, are we going to eat this food when we don't know someone who brought it? And I'm like, yeah, we are going to eat it. The Lord provided, so we give thanks. And nothing happened to us, and we are still alive. But a total turnaround came when I was serving at Jordan Ministries with my pastor friend, Sarah. So I had announcements on TV. We take people to work abroad. Jordan, you know, you can go and work and make money.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this is a good thought. Let me give it a try. I'll talk to mom. By then our relationship had started, you know,
working out,
not on a large scale, but at least I could go and talk to her.
Yeah.
So I went and told her, Mom, I want to go to Jordan and work. And she's like, okay. Are you going to be sending money for the children? I'm like, yeah, definitely. If I go to work, I'm going to be sending money. And when I talked to some friends of mine, they were like, no, that is not a good idea. You're going to leave 5 of your children and you're going to go and work. But I told them, Sarah, look here. When I stay here, nothing good is happening. The father is not sending me support. I personally, by then, actually hadn't completed my university, because I'd ended in the second year, like how I told you, ended in second year. So by then, I really didn't even have papers to go looking for a job. So the only way out was to go and be a kadama.
In Jordan?
In Jordan. So I went, registered. I had a passport. A friend of mine helped me get a passport. So the process actually was faster. I go to Jordan, but when I realized that I had made a bad deal when we reached the airport.
In Tebe?
No.
In Jordan?
Yeah, I'm in Jordan.
How did you realize?
They took the phone, they took my passport, like everything that you can use to communicate to the outside world. And actually, initially, the person taking us was like, some of you who know English, you can tutor. Those people need tutors to help their children understand English. So I went with that thought in mind. The first alternative was to teach English, because even if I hadn't completed uni, but at least God had given me good spoken English. So I was like, okay, but reaching, of course, after doing other tests and everything, they told us, actually, all of you are going to be maids. Yeah. There is no turning back, no phone to call, no passport to return home. So yeah, I was like, okay, this is what it is. We have to survive. I started the first month, actually the first 3 weeks, 1 month there was good. But later things escalated.
What happened?
People think here in Uganda they are hardworking. You need to respect those kadamas, because you will reach a family. Arabs have a tendency of living in one family. The son will marry, the daughter will bring, in-laws. So you find you're working alone in a storied house, 3-storied house, or you are alone, everyone is calling you, you have to do this, you have to do that.
Wait, you were working in 3-storied houses?
Actually, it was a big house, 2 stories. Then also on the weekends, I would go and work at the daughter's place. Yes. And then the next weekend, they take you to another son's place, like you do rotation.
You're cleaning, you're cooking, you're doing everything.
And the way they clean their houses is not the way we clean here. You literally have to remove the carpet, remove the chair, push the beds. So in the long run, remember, I had a Caesar when I was having her. So the pain came back, the chest was paining. I reached an extent, and usually by those people lock their fridge. You cannot go and get food that easily. So sometimes you're working on an empty stomach. Yeah. And people are screaming at you, shouting at you, you're trying to learn the language. Food is I would have like 1 meal. Sometimes you have 1 meal.
A day?
Yeah.
Would it be enough?
It's not enough, but you have no choice. Is there an alternative? Are you going to steal? So that was the life I was in, and I reached a point actually because of the wound, the chest pain, and then I think what caused me to really get so worse, you know, those people have gold articles, silver articles in their house, so they give you chemical to clean them, like you scrub them, they have to really sparkle. So some of them, if you find a good family, they'll give you gloves and, you know, mask, but some you will have to do a thing like that. And then also in washing utensils, you use Clorox. Most Ugandans don't know Clorox, but the people who have worked the kadamas can tell you Clorox is very corrosive. It can burn your hands. You see some of them come back when their hands are really in a bad shape. It's Clorox, so it can affect your health. I fell sick and I tried to tell my boss I'm sick, but if you're not lucky, you will get Panadol. Yeah, whatever sickness you have. And on top of that, you have this fear because we live when they've told us, no matter what happens to you, don't go to hospital. Because there is also fear of harvesting you.
Yes.
Yeah. So most times they are like, maybe we take you to hospital. You also have that fear. If I go to hospital,
I'm going to harvest my organs.
Yeah, you have that fear in you. So you end up working with Panadol. But meanwhile, I was bleeding.
Bleeding?
Coughing.
Because of the pain?
Yeah, I had cough, serious cough. I would cough and really see blood and all that
Because
stuff.
of the chemicals?
Yeah. Because of the chemicals. And I tried to talk to the company that took me. Sometimes they would allow me to use the phone, but at night. You use it when, imagine making a call when someone is there, listening to everything that you're saying. So I really got to a point where my health couldn't handle. I tried to tell my boss I want to go back. And that is when I realized actually that it's like we're just sold off. Because the boss told me, by the way, if you don't know, I own you.
Your boss?
Yes. I own you. I decide when you leave and when you stay. I'm like, okay, just give me my passport. I need to go back. And meanwhile, by then I'd started thinking about my children.
So you were not communicating with them back
Of
then?
course, I was communicating to mom, but once in a while. Even when you get your salary, you give them the number, your boss.
Where to send the money?
Yeah. By the way, I don't know for other kadamas, they are allowed maybe to move. But for the family that I was in, you move with them. The first psychological torture you get is being in the house without getting out. Because they think when you get out of the house, you will run. So you're ever in the house, 24/7. You're just rotating. If you're lucky, me, I was sleeping in the sitting room. So you have to sit and wait for them to finish whatever they are doing. You sleep at 1, you sleep at 2, by 5, you have to be up. So basically, you're within the sitting room, the kitchen, and the toilet. Those are your places, morning to evening. So to cut the whole story short, I think the day I made up my mind, I was like, no, I'm going back to Uganda.
How long had you worked there?
4 months, 4 to 5 months there. I was like, no, I'm going back home because I'm not getting treated.
Yeah.
The people who brought me, actually, I would call and they are like, no, you're just lazy. You don't want to work.
Who was calling you lazy?
The company that took me there.
Is it a Ugandan company or an Arab company? A Ugandan company?
Yeah.
And
Most
they had
of the
agents.
companies.
They had Ugandan agents that side?
No, they have Arab agents there. So when you leave Uganda, you go to the office, those people's office. So there is a way they coordinate. I don't know how they coordinate it, but those are the people who receive you. So that day it was too much. I was like, no, because I was not really able to walk. I'd reached a point where I was walking with a bent back.
What?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I still have the effects of that. I cannot sleep on a soft mattress. I have to sleep on a hard mattress. So that day I either thought of, in the neighborhood, there is a kadama who had fallen from
From where?
upstairs. So I also thought of the same thing as like, maybe I also...
You wanted to commit suicide?
Yeah.
Why?
You need a kadama to tell you.
What about the
The
5
kind
children you
of
had
work
left?
that... Have you ever washed plates when it's like you're washing plates for a whole restaurant? Those people, like when the mamas are cooking, you just stand at the sink. Like from 8 to maybe 1 or 2, you're just washing plates, and then after they finish eating, these are people who love whining and dining. They have the money, they have the resources, so we can't blame them for that. But you really work. And remember, sometimes it's cold. The water is really cold. By the time you leave the water, your hands are like freezing. You've not eaten, you've been standing the whole day, shouting at you left, right, center. Then you have to iron. You're going to stand like for 4 hours ironing all the clothes of the family. By the way, those people don't do anything. You pick right from their panties, hankies, here in the bedroom. Any other person can tell you has worked there. You pick, take to the washing machine, wash, iron, do all that stuff. So yes, not every kadama has had a story like mine, but there are those who have had stories like mine. There are those who have gone and come back with success stories. But mine wasn't that successful. So the day I wanted to think of that as like, no, I made a promise to God in Uganda that I would not try
Suicide.
So let me just run. There is a term they call batolos. You run, you just run. When the police catches you, that means jail. Or if you run and bump into a good Samaritan, well and good. So I was like, okay, I don't remember office, I don't have my phone, but I think I can just go like I'm going to pour rubbish.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, let me tell these people I want to go. I told them, by the way, I'm not working. The previous night, I slept really in a bad shape. And actually, they would see that I was coughing blood, I was sneezing blood. But when I showed them the hanky, still they gave me Panadol. So I told them, enough is enough. You either take me back to office or I'm just going to. By the time I knew it, the lady had called her entire family. So I begin seeing people coming in, and you know, you're one person standing like in the midst of 10 Arabs and they are shouting at you. Of course I can hear. By then I'd started picking some words. Somehow I just escaped, ran to the toilet. No, before I ran to the toilet, my phone used to be up on the shelf, the TV shelf. I grabbed the phone, ran to the toilet and locked, and that is when I made a video actually that circulated. I just sent it to my friend. I was like, by the way, Sarah, if you don't hear from me, at least tell Mom I tried. Yeah. And actually, meanwhile, she was hearing these people. They were banging the door, pushing the door, get out. So I told her, by the way, you hear these guys, they are. So I don't know what next. Because when those people get angry, they can snap and anything happens to you. We've had those stories. So meanwhile, all those stories were running in through my head, and I'm like, okay, if these people do anything to me, at least God knows I tried. But you know, sometimes we say prayers even in the worst. I was like, God, I just pray I go back to Uganda. I see my children, and I'll serve you for the rest of my life. I'll never come back for such things, for such jobs. And somehow they debated, they broke the door. They got me out, and yeah, I remember there was some slapping and whatever.
They slapped you?
But one of them, they had a daughter. I think she got married to an Arab who grew up in the US. Was kind of humane. It was like, no, let us take her back to the office. So they drove me. But I left that house without anything on me. My clothes, my whatever. Even the phone was given to me later. So I reached the office, and you know, people are shouting at you. What? What not? By the time I knew it, I spent 3 days there.
At the office?
Yes, I found also other girls there. And the best they would give us was water and sometimes bring for you food. And then later they came. So when I sent that message to my friend, she went to try to talk to the company, but things didn't
work.
She went to mom, but of course mom had no help to offer. So the last resort she had,
social media,
was to go to Honorable Betty, Mama Betty Nambozi.
Yeah.
Without political affiliation or whatever. Me, I'm not a political person, because most of the work I do, ministry doesn't allow you to have sides, political sides. So I've never seen someone fight for me, but up to today I respect that mama.
Betty Nambo, Honorable Betty Nambozi.
Yes. She fought for me. So she went there and told her, by the way, someone from your constituency is dying. And she's like, by the way, we've heard those stories. Are they true? She's like, yeah, this is my friend. She's almost my sister. She has no way of coming out. So I think they called these people. The third day when I was there, those Arabs came and they were almost finishing me. Now you caused trouble for us. What? By the time I knew it, they were putting me in another car and drove me.
To where?
To a desert there. So in my head, I was like, okay, this guy is going to kill me, whatever. But we had to go past a desert to reach a certain city. I even don't remember. Then there, I found other girls, women, many.
Ugandan?
Yes, it was like a warehouse. There were many. I thought I was sick, but I found ladies who were worse than me.
What conditions were they in?
Some were sexually abused, like really abused. Because even on the day we came back with a girl who had almost lost her senses. The abuse there is really much. I think now the government has come in and softened things and people can, speak out for themselves. But by then for us, it was worse. So they put me there. It was just like a prison. So they would lock us inside and they come and give us food once a day, give us water. Or sometimes you go without food. But I remember one thing, I prayed in that place. Even other ladies were like, "Wana Morocco, pray for us. Musumba, pray for us. When you go out, you remember us." So I don't know what transpired, but then later they gave me the phone to talk to Mama Betty Nambozi. I call her Mama because she was really there for me. I'm a lady who has many mothers, people who have stood with me. So they become mother figures to me. So she told me, whatever happens, don't take your life, number one. Number two, don't try to escape, because when they catch you, you will not leave prison. That is 2 years or something. So she told me, but we are going to do our best and bring you back home, because we also want to hear what happens there so that we can help other women. So these guys, I think I became a case of concern. They were not so happy with me. After like another week in there, they just came at night and told me, Dorin, yalla, go. Bad, Dorin, bad. Their English is not good. But that day I was leaving, those women, people are sending you like you're the last resort they have. Please speak for us. Don't forget us. Some people were even sending me to their homes. I'm like, by the way, I don't know everyone's home. I can't help. So I came. My journey was also cancelled flights.
Did you get your passport?
Yes, they brought the passports and also brought one phone. One was retained. Actually, most of the phone that had the evidence and all those things was retained. Then they gave, I had like a small tab and a phone. So they gave me the tab and retained the phone. So I came back without clothes, without what. I just had the car phone.
And money?
No. I remember the guy who dropped me at the airport bought me a meal. He was called Mohammed. Can't forget him. He bought me a meal and is like, actually, we are not bad people. So I was like, I just want to go. Let's not go into the details. A lot really happened that I don't want to get back into. Hey, those guys.
So you said we are not bad people?
Yeah, we are not bad people. You know, when you reach your country, don't say we are bad. I'm like, no, you're not bad people, but at least you can see the shape I'm in. By the way, I couldn't walk. So meanwhile, you're fighting for your life, thinking about your children. You even don't know what you're suffering from, but you just have pain from head to toe. And in my head, I'm like, hey God, whom did I offend? Most people don't know that by the time, I know there are single mothers who fear speaking up. Most times when we come and share our stories, people think we want sympathy, you're lazy, you can't work for your children. But actually, people don't know that behind closed doors, you have tried everything that can fetch money. I really did my best to that point of going to almost die because I want my children to be well. So my flights kept on being cancelled. I think there was a lot of, you know how people politicize everything, and that is something I really don't want to get into. By the time I arrive, I think I remember when I was boarding the last plane, I had to sleep at Dubai airport. Actually, I found there many Ugandans returning, but we didn't have anywhere to sleep but on the floor. You're sick, you're sleeping on the floor, waiting for your flight. I'm like, it is okay. As long as I hear welcome to Entebbe, I'll be okay. You know, Uganda is bad, eh? Not until you go to another country. That is when you remember that actually your motherland is good. I really wanted to land in Uganda. That was the only thing I had. I was like, it's okay, even if I reach Uganda and I die, but at least I would be home. My children would see me. And yeah. So on landing, everyone had a different story. You know, I don't know why journalists are good, but journalists should always get their facts right. I mean, that is why I don't like reading certain things. Because by the time I came, journalists were waiting for me. For some reason, I don't know, even police was waiting for me. Yes.
For what?
People were like, I'm lying.
My God.
So by the time I knew it, you know, this is the lounge. You know, when on arrival, you take this lounge. Me, I was whisked to another lounge.
By police?
Yeah, I don't know, they were in layer, but they look to be like people who are trained. And by the time I know I'm in the car, one person, the other side, and sweet, they drove me off, and they wanted me to write a statement that I came back on my own. I didn't have any problem. So I asked one of the gentlemen, if I was your daughter, look at me, because by then my back was completely
bent.
Asked him, really, do I look like I'm trying to concoct a story? Actually, these guys looked at me. I thank God. God has always been there for me. That is a story that I don't want. I'm not a political person, so I don't want to raise dust from nothing or from things that are past.
Just give us a highlight of it.
But that was a horrible moment I went through. Yes, of course, I arrived at the police station. I think it's a police station around Entebbe, near the airport there. They wanted me to write a statement. I'm like, you guys, a statement for what? I'm fighting for my dear life. Now you want me again to write a statement that, you know, I have no any other problem. I just decided to come on my own. Meanwhile, even the lady who took me actually came. She came with the people, I think, from that organization that...
A company that takes people.
No, there is an organization that I think combines all those companies. They have an umbrella where they all fall in. Meanwhile, she came, I also looked, and she's like, okay, we are going to give you help. I told her, by the way, I don't need your help. Because when I was in Jordan crying for help, you didn't come through for me. So right now, I don't see why you want to help me. Is it want to take you to a hotel and you eat? I was like, no, I just want to go home. By the way, I landed at around 9. I left police at 5 in the morning. And actually, even leaving police, it is Honorable Betty Nambozo who sent her personal security detail. And then one of my friends had to whisk me away. They put me in the car and they drove like they were mad. So inside there was one of her drivers and another person. They drove me up to hospital. Meanwhile, all my friends who had come to my rescue, they were no longer living in their homes.
Why?
People went there. You know, some of these companies that take people, I think they have important people that run those. So by the time I came out to speak, remember, girls used to come back and they had stories and no one used to believe them. But now here, my case was a case of interest because even Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, by then she was the speaker, God bless her, she told them, I want that lady here. We want to know exactly. So my story became a story of interest. Everyone wanted to know. So now most people thought I was spoiling their business, but no. Actually, I thank God. I think I was the pioneer of opening a door for those people to be, the government coming in and doing something and now listening to them. Yeah, right now I think the companies are doing things right, but then it wasn't really so right. So I think those people thought their business was being spoiled. And I'm not here to judge. I'm here to tell my story, what I went through. Of course, you cannot tell your story without telling exactly what you went through. And what pained me of all things, right now, me and my mother love each other. But by then, because of the history that I told you, getting married without her consent, she was so mad. Now you're here, marriage failed, 5 children, school failed, work has failed. You're back. I remember calling her. I'm like, Mom, I'm back. And she told me, you deal with it. You took yourself there, but deal with it. I cannot help you. Of which later I learned that actually Mom also, there are people who went there and tried to scare her. But 3 of my friends left their homes, took their children in hiding. Yeah, even me after, when I came back, I spent like 2 years without using social media because I was fearing for my life and all that thing. But even the people who came in to help me, they were like, no, first, lay low. So by the time I know it, everyone wants to hear your story. This one is saying the other one. This one is saying this one. This one. Like everyone had a story to say. I think some years later, I ran into a story written by some media house. And I was like, wow. It was completely the opposite of what happened.
What are they saying?
Is it I connived with my boyfriend, whatever, to spoil the company's name, as just a lazy person? The story was too much. But then I left all that, and I remember they took me to a hospital, but no one, because of my security, no one was allowed to come in to check on me, apart from a few selected people. Actually, by the time I reached the doctors, like, had this lady spent another week, she wasn't going to return alive.
Wait a minute, say that again?
Had she spent a week
in Jordan?
Yeah.
You were going to come back dead. When they checked, what did they find?
I had wounds on my intestines. You know those
chemicals
and not eating. Like I had wounds literally inside me, my back. Actually, I had to go through therapy. I'm one of those balokole who believed I can just pray everything away. But actually, I was overwhelmed with this guilt. I don't know, people who have ever survived. It's like being in a war area, a war zone, and then you survive, but the rest of the people die. So for me, the image of those ladies sending me, and then the people I came back with in the plane, I think later, I kept in touch with one of the ladies from Ginger. One of the ladies we returned with died. Yeah, she passed on.
Because of the situation?
Yeah, she passed on. So I had this guilt, like, I don't know how they call it in English, in psychological language. Like you survived. You're wondering, why did I survive and everyone dies? I had a lot of trauma. The things I saw in that warehouse, the things that happened to me. Like I was so traumatized that I had to get therapy. I spent a year plus getting treatment for my back to be able to sit, but sometimes I still get pain. And then in that condition, I'm in hospital lying on bed. And I'm wondering, why isn't my family coming to check on me? My friends kept coming because they allowed like 2-3 friends of mine. They are the ones cooking food. Auntie Rachel Nkuwe, Beth Mudisha, and Sarah, and the other Sarah. But the rest of the people were not allowed. And I think I did an interview with Mr. Samson Kasumba. He was the only journalist that Honorable Betty allowed. And she told me, no, we cannot do stories for everyone, for your safety and for other reasons. But she really fought. God bless that woman and her family. And so our time comes when I'm going to be discharged. And my friends, I'm like, you people, let's go home, you know? And they are looking at each other. And I'm like, what is wrong? And then one of my friends is like, by the way, let's tell Doreen. She has seen everything. She has gone through a lot she can handle. They tell me, by the way, your mama said don't go back. Yeah. And one of my friends told me, I'm sorry, but I had a quarrel with your mother. All that time I was in hospital, none of my family members came.
Where were the children?
The children were home with Jaja, right?
Yeah.
In school.
I was at school.
Yeah, they were at school. So there's a friend of mine who has a school, Hambo. She had taken up those children to her school.
Wow.
So, and yeah, one of my friends tells me, Dorin, we can't hide it. You have nowhere to go. So I said, about my children. It's like, your mom is like, she'll retain the children until you settle yourself. But for now, I tried calling and she wasn't picking. So that is when I think Mama Betty called me, Honorable Betty called me, and I'm like, by the way, I have nowhere to go. I remember the words she told me. That is why I respect everyone in their faith. She told me, Doreen, you're born again. Me, I'm Catholic. But I've never seen someone God has fought for like you. If your issue could awaken the entire nation, God will find you where to stay. So I want you to relax. Don't stress yourself. You've already had a lot. You'll find a home to stay. And lucky enough, the next day, a good Samaritan. You know, people who have good hearts don't like
being
spoken about in the media. Actually, she was like, never talk about me in the media. I was like, okay. This lady came through. And she's like, by the way, I read her story. I'm someone who doesn't get excited, but the Lord has put it on my heart to help that woman. She has suffered so much. I think it is time she stopped suffering. So Honorable Betty comes and tells me, I want you to talk to this lady personally. I don't want people to say that, you know, I took money, whatever, I got bribe or no. She gave me her number. I called her. She's like, Doreen, wipe your tears. God has heard your tears. You've cried for so long. But God finally has remembered you. She came and cleared the hospital bill.
Wow.
She took me to her house. Had taken long without sleeping in a comfortable bed. That day I slept. But I also cried. I cried tears of joy, pain, mixed up. She asked me, is it true you have 5 children? I told her yes. Where are they? I'm like, actually, I don't know. As I'm talking to you, I don't know whether they're in school. I don't know whether they're at home. I don't know where my children are. And she told me, Doreen, I don't want you to cry anymore. I'm a mother. Actually, she's an old lady. And she told me, you first get better. We shall go and look for your children. If my family members hear this story, I don't want them to think that I don't love them. But this is how I can tell the story. Because it happened, it happened. Yes, now our relationship is good. Quote me right, we are okay. But that was what happened. I went to the school.
See your children.
The condition I found Rafa and Gavi. Those 2 last ones. Whew.
Someone get me tissue.
Hey, I thought I'd finished crying.
No, it's okay. It's
the
okay.
condition I found these children in.
Yeah. What was their condition like?
Do you know, like someone throwing your children there? These are little kids. Let me tell you, it has taken God for me to forgive the father of these children. It has taken me God. Because even when I was away, I was told actually they tried reaching him. But still he wouldn't budge to come through. I found my children sleeping on one mattress, no mattress cover.
At school?
Yeah, tattered mattress, blanket, no blanket. Did we go with you?
No.
To Hambo? No, we went with, Mama gave me someone. We call her Mama because she's a mother to many people. She gave me her car. And so when I called her, I was like, the children are not in good condition. She's like, actually,
Bring them.
We shall find a solution. They were all emaciated. Let me also take time to speak to people who help needy children. If you decide to help needy children, like you set up an orphanage or a school, maybe take on a few that you can handle. But sometimes I think also the pressure is a lot for them. People want to bring in. But I don't blame anyone because they all did their best to see that these children are here where they are today. So I took my children there, and it so happens that Mama owns an organization that sponsors children. So, for the first time, my children went to a place that looked like home. Ate food on a dining table, being treated nicely without people insulting them. I'm telling you, Muchiga, people can insult children without a father. Yeah. I pity single mothers who are there and they go on social media and they tell people, oh, single life is good. Being a single mother is good. It has nothing good in it. Apart from trauma, insults, suffering. You know, a husband is a covering to their wife.
Your husband has to always cover in prayer and in everything.
He covers you in everything. And actually, when you're someone's wife, Muchala Gundi, Mrs. Gundi, there is a cover you get. Respect comes automatically, naturally. You command respect.
Yeah.
So just imagine you don't have that man to cover you up. Everyone can insult you, everyone can abuse you, everyone can say whatever they want to your children because that cover is not there. So women who think they are so masculine, they can do without men, it's a lie. You can't change God's order.
Say that again.
Women who think they are masculine and they can do it on their own, they
Without
lie.
men.
They lie. You can't do life without men. You can't do life without fathers. It's just that the devil came in and is trying to kill the patriarchal order of God's way, attacking the fathers. But actually, fathers are needed because God created us, all of us in his image, but with different roles. Yeah. So no matter how hard I try, women, we can try, we can emancipate ourselves good, but we can never take that father role. We can never take the husband's shoes. We need them. For single mothers who have accepted the truth, forgiven and gone past that, accepted their mistakes, seen the reality of things the way God wants them, we cannot sit here and say that we don't need fathers because every wind has battered us. Everyone has spoken whatever. That is why it is hard to break a single mother because we hear it all. Insults. People insult your children. People will disrespect you. People will call you all names they want to call you because you don't have that cover. So whatever you have to do as a woman, please save your marriage, keep your marriage. It looks fancy when you see single mothers on social media posting. What men can do, women can do 10 times better. Let me speak it in Uganda.
It's hot outside.
It is hot outside. People will love you when you're in your husband's home. He's taking care of your children. It doesn't matter, no matter the little he brings. But as long as he's there. You might even have a bigger job than his. But as long as he's there. I've done single motherhood for 12 years, now 13. I can tell single mothers that you need those fathers if they can budge and co-parent with you. Or you don't need to wait for co-parenting. If you can save your marriage, save it. Because out here, it's a different story.
So what about those men who are abusive, manipulative? What do you do about that?
Seek counsel. Seek counsel. Go to your families, the two families, because each one of you came from a family. You didn't just fall from the roof. Or even if you met in the taxi, but marriage joined the two families, you can seek professional counseling, therapy. Go talk to your pastor, to your spiritual leaders. Don't keep quiet, because the more you keep quiet, one day you will just explode. You will just burn someone in the house. By the way, when you keep so much, you can explode one day. You can even want to kill someone. So it's better when you speak out, when you seek help. Don't die. Actually, single mothers are not the only ones suffering. We also have single fathers.
Who are also doing their best.
They are doing their best. There are women who are really not easy. So whatever it is, I want to tell people, yes, my marriage may not have worked out, but you can still work out yours. It doesn't have to end like mine. So that is how my life changed.
So your kids, all your kids now were staying with Mama in a good
we
home.
Stayed with her.
Which year was that?
She fed us. Oh my God, do I even remember the years? I'm not so good at remembering.
I was in Form 2. It was 2020, after COVID, right?
2020.
No, before COVID.
Before COVID.
I think shortly then COVID came in.
Yes, before COVID.
Now just imagine all those years, because the dad left when she was in P3. So we got, risk help came through when she was in S2. So the day they told me, Doreen, your children are going to get sponsored.
Wow.
Do you know, I sat down there and cried. And Mama told them, leave her. Because everyone was coming, oh, keep quiet. But they didn't know. As I was still crying, the next week, she's like, actually, I don't do things without God instructing me. God has instructed me to take you to UCU and you study journalism.
Wow.
Do you know you can suffer? The Bible says weeping lasts for a night, but joy comes in the morning.
In the morning.
Do you know you can suffer for 30 years and God comes through for you in one day and repays you all the years that you lost? Do you know me, when I reached UCU, I had to pinch myself in class. I had to touch myself. I'm like, am I really alive? I want you to imagine a mother of 5 children going back to school.
Wow.
And everyone was telling this lady, you're mad. Vanange people, when God does a miracle for someone, let them enjoy their miracle. Let their destiny helper help them without you putting there so many words. So I'm like, now, why are you educating a mature woman? No. But I remember she told me, when you educate a mother, she can stand and speak for her children and defend her children. Me, I went to school, I had to read double. You know, sitting in class with young people who have just completed S6. Yeah, of course, some students would laugh at me. But I had one thing like this. I was like, God, I missed so many opportunities in life. I made so many wrong choices in life. This is me redeeming myself. I can't just fail. I can't just have a retake. Me, when students would go for weekend, I would remain and read. And I thank God I didn't get a retake. I graduated. And you know what is funny? I remember one day when I went to see Honorable Betty. Like, I usually don't go to see her, but at least I passed there to tell her that actually the lady you connected me to has taken me back to school. I always love updating people who have been there for me. She told me, there is one thing I want you to do. I want you to go to your mother. Tell her exactly how you feel. Forgive your mother.
That's it.
Your parent is your parent. It doesn't matter what they have done.
Thank you.
Your parent remains your parent.
Thank you.
You will need them. And indeed, she was right. Because later, she's the one who is standing with me.
Your mom?
Yes. She goes to the garden and she tells you, I'm digging for my
grandchildren.
She's very old, but she will plant her a few potatoes. I had to go and tell Mom what is happening in my life. I've gone back to school. And I told her, Mom, I forgive you. Mothers who are there and fathers who are there. It doesn't matter what your spouse did to you.
Don't take it on the children.
Don't take it on the children, even if the child looks like a father. Because you will pass the same cycles to these children. And even on the graduation day, you know, they want 2 people to... Yeah, we spoke about it and we agreed I should invite Mom and one person from the organization that paid my fees. So I sat and thought about it prayerfully. And the Holy Spirit was like, no, take your mom, your biological mom. And I'm telling you, even Mom herself could not believe that her daughter, who had failed several times in life, was graduating.
Yeah.
Actually, I just had like a few points to make a first class. Yeah.
Wow.
So I really passed well. It was a very emotional day for me. God bless that woman. God bless all the good Samaritans who come through for people like us.
So where is Mama right now?
The one who paid my tuition.
The one who took you in and...
She's in Chiyunga.
Chiyunga, in Mukono?
Yeah.
Do you still stay with her or...?
No, of course, being an adult, they've educated you. The project usually brings in more people.
Oh, yeah.
But by then, even when I was in school, you know, you're in school. Let me tell you what people don't know. What you married couples pray, 30 minutes. Single mother, you have to pray and fast a lot. And I have to tell you, praying and fasting and burying your head in the Word of God has kept me sane, has kept me away from temptations, because I told God, actually all single mothers who are there, if it didn't work out in marriage, if God gives you another chance to remarry, the good way, do it the right way. But if God has not yet brought that spouse you want,
don't.
Be chaste. Be true to yourself and true to God. Be true to your children, because you don't want introducing this uncle, the other uncle, you know, and you're serving in church and people are seeing uncle coming out, getting in. So I was like, God, by then I even needed healing. You can't get into a relationship when you're bleeding. I was like, God, let me just focus on raising my children. I'm not going to tell you that there are times when your body is not demanding, you know.
It does.
It does. But fasting and prayer does good, and having accountability groups. I have a team of friends, like Charity. She's now a sister to me. She's younger than me, but she's someone that I give accountability to. There are those people that surround yourself with godly people. Surround yourself with people who are positive. You know, before, I would be surrounded by women who are negative. They cry, what are you going to do? Curse that man, go to police, go to court. I refuse to go to court. For what help now? But if you surround yourself with godly women, they will help you. So, my children, they are studying. Yes, of course, they can't, the organization can't give you everything. They pay the fees and you take care of the rest.
Requirements.
Yeah, requirements and then feeding and whatever. But for me, what is important, I'll forever be grateful to this organization for giving my children education.
Education.
That
up
is
to now.
Up to now.
So Miracle is going to campus and they're paying her tuition?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
I just have to look for
pocket money, requirements, transport.
Yeah, of course I do those other things, feeding them and all that stuff. But let me tell you, no matter how many challenges I face, yes, I'm not going to tell you that every time I get it right or money is there, whatever. But if someone can help you educate your child, I'm telling you, it's so belittling, crawling in people's offices.
Yeah.
Pleading. One time, I don't know if she remembers, they chased them from a school, UPE. She asked me, Mommy, why is it that we are the ones changing schools? Do you know how many schools? They chase her here, you go to another, and they chase her here, you go to another. And there is a school where I took them. They were literally sitting down. Even there, I failed to pay money. And person came and lied to us, we are sponsoring children. I went and got a loan. They told us first pay before we sponsor.
Those were my favorite.
I got a loan, I had to pay that loan. She asked me, but Mommy, why is it that we are the ones jumping from one school to another? Why is it that they are ever chasing us? So for me, someone helping me with their academics. So that education has pushed me a long way. I can get jobs here and there, but this is one thing I have to tell you. Sometimes it's hard to juggle things as a single mom.
No, it's really so hard.
You have to put on shoes of a father, mother, doctor, counselor, prayer partner, prayer warrior. Sometimes you're at work. Even the people who employ single mothers, Banange, thank you. Because sometimes you at work, you're needed at school. And it's kind of absurd or good that in our family, on my dad and my mom, I'm the only girl. So I don't have a sister to send for VD. That is how sometimes I've failed to work. Because you've just gotten a job, you have VD here, VD there. You can't keep on telling your boss, the child is sick. Like there is a time she got scalded with hot water. I had to sit at the hospital bed. These ones are at school. you're trying to make ends meet. Ha!
To the single mothers out there, you're doing a great job. We appreciate you. We acknowledge you. Dorin, thank you for being there. Thank you for everything you've done for your children, despite the challenges. Despite the challenges. Now, so children are now okay. You're now back at your mom's place.
Actually, yeah, there is. As time went on,
yeah,
of course, we had to do that, to go through the healing process. And actually, when I was at UCU has, I think, the best counseling center. I'm not making Kalango,
yeah,
but it's the fact. Ruth Nkoyo, your wellness center. I can't thank them enough. I can't just. Madam Irene Jambo, the therapist there, she just literally held my hand and took me through therapy, that I was able to put all those things behind. And Mom kept on telling me, come, because my brothers reached a point and they're like, Mom, we really want our sister back. So she kept on telling me, but because of the pain and the fear that I had, you come home, they chase you, you come home, they chase you, you come home. I was like, now, again, if I go home and they chase me, what will happen? So I hesitated for several years until one day God was like, Doreen, it's time, go home. I went home and actually I'd just gone home like a month. That is when your uncle died. That is when my brother died. So we are left 3 of us. So Mom gave me a house where to stay. I live in my father and mother's house. Though sometimes I won't lie to you. It's like it affects me emotionally. Like I'm like coming back and staying in your father's house.
No, you see, it's better than renting, staying somewhere. Now you have to look for rent, you have to look for food, because right now I believe the only thing you worry about is food.
Yeah, feeding, medical and school. Yeah, those
requirements and all that stuff. Wow.
Yeah, I thank God.
So you still stay with Mom in Boyogerere?
Mom stays in Nkokonjeru. I stay alone in Chiwanga.
With the children. Wow.
Yeah, she left the house for me and the children.
Bless your mother.
That is why no matter what happens, you still need your mother.
Yeah, and concerning that, man, a parent remains a parent. I'll be honest with you. I had that anger towards my mom. But when this year was starting, I prayed to God. I was like, God, I want to become a better person. I want to become a better person and align things for me. My wife is doing such. My wife is running for something. She's doing something, and God was like, I was there at night and I was praying, and God spoke to me. Like, God, what do I need to do? Align things. And I just saw a picture of my mom. I was like, I saw a picture. Imagine, in the darkness, I'm sleeping, I just saw a picture of my mom while I was talking to God. And a voice told me, reconcile with Mom.
Yeah, parents.
I went, reconciled with her. Right now, we are like this.
Yeah.
So, to the children out there, there's a time I made a video on TikTok and I was telling people to forgive their parents. I was like, guys, forgive, it, release, and trust me, life will get better. From the time I went and met my mom and told her, Mommy, I've just decided to let go of the pain. I just felt a good thing here going away.
Yeah.
So to the people out there, no matter what your parent has made you go through, trust me, your parent remains your parent. You need your parent. Now, to Miracle.
Yeah.
It's now your time. People have asked for you. People have really asked for you on YouTube, TikTok. People really wanted to hear your side of the story. And what was your childhood like growing up without your dad? How did it shape your perspective about life?
When I was growing up as a child,
Yeah.
It took time for my mom to believe. I think I have a photographic memory, yeah,
Of your dad?
I remember my dad so well, and a lot of things that actually happened before that I told her when I'd grown, and then she was like, "You remember that?" I'm like, "Yeah," just because I never used to talk about it.
Yeah.
Before my dad left, my goodness, me and my little brother had the best life. Daddy was this person, I'd be like, I remember when I wanted a bike so much, the next morning I had it. I was going to very, very nice schools. I was staying in Kabale by then. For example, my P1, I went to Kabale Preparatory School near Chigezi High. It was one of the best schools in Kabale by then. Storied buildings, we used to take milk. Everything was so perfect. Every school I went to in Kabale was one of the best schools. I had a very good life. I never used to eat posh. Used to eat chicken.
Yeah.
Rice. Rice actually was a one-time thing. I remember we used to have mashed very good dishes. That time, like, mom and dad was so... even this one moment, they were watching. They used to call it Big People's Movies, so we never used to watch. I actually sneaked one time and dad was holding mom. They were watching a movie. I was so happy as a baby. I'm like, oh, my dad and mom are really, really cute together. I loved the chemistry we had back then.
Yeah.
And when we used to go to the studio, they would go together, make music and all stuff. Then, when things started getting into my head, was that one time, I think they already had, like, the wrangles had already started happening by then, but it was silent. When I started seeing things are really not fine between mommy and dad, is that one time when mom wanted to hook Irish. I was a baby I was very little. I think I was wearing P1. P1, P2. I don't remember very well, but I was a baby. I was with dad, we were watching cartoon. Mom came and was like, I need to buy food. There is no food at home. Then my dad kept quiet. He didn't say anything. My mom kept on asking, better in a very calm voice, I really need to get food. Time is going. I need to prepare for the kids and do lunch. I think it was over Saturday, over Sunday, because they were home. They didn't go to work that day. So, after some day, they said exchanging what? My mom kept quiet. My dad was also quiet. And then my mom was like, why aren't you giving me money? Time is going. The kids are hungry and what. I saw my dad get up. He left me on that chair and pushed my mom.
Wait, he did what?
He pushed my mom.
He pushed your mom?
Yeah.
And you were seeing?
Yes, I was seeing. He dared to slap her. And my mom said, do everything, but don't insult me in front of my what? Children. My baby. Because I was the only, I think Zayn was in the room sleeping, we were playing. I was with dad in the house, we were 3 people. Yes. I looked at the moment happening. Then that very night, I remember mommy wanted to pack her things and leave, come back to Kampala. I don't know if she of course she remembers. She was a big person. I see mommy getting suitcase at night of that day. That she packs her clothes. They were there in the room complaining. Mommy said, I'm going back home. I came to mommy when she was packing her. So I told her, mommy, where are you? And she told me, miracle, everything is okay. Thinking I didn't hear, maybe because I was sleeping, I heard them calling.
Which class were you by then?
I think I was in P1. P2? I think it was P2. P2 there. So yeah, I come, I asked mom, she told me nothing is happening. I kept quiet. Remember, by this time, I really don't know how to make sense of what is happening. Yeah, and then actually mom had gone by the way in a real. Then after some pastor, it was called Pastor Bosco, am I correct? They had a counseling meeting. Things resettled again. We had another beautiful year. Family came back together. Then that time when we were still in the big house, very humongous, not a very big house, luxurious, everything was so nice. Then we changed, we shifted.
To Kampala?
No, to some other house around. It was yes. Then it was near Bishop something primary school where I went to. The house was smaller, and then things started getting
bad.
Not bad, a little bit. I said seeing food I wasn't eating before. Yeah, I would make fun of it. By the way, my dad was someone who would actually make fun on the table. So it wasn't a big deal. I didn't give it a lot of attention. Then after that, one night, I hear by the way, I would overhear them talking. I've never told her that. I would always sit down on there. I would sit near the bathroom, then their room was next. I would sit and listen to everything they would say. So my dad woke up one night and told my mom, I want us to go to Kampala. My mom asked twice, why are we leaving? He didn't give an answer. Why are we leaving? I think out of respect of him being the husband and she's the wife, she was like, it's okay if you have said so. Guys, if we leave, we get a bus. Me, I was aware. By the time they came to tell us we were leaving, I had already known that we were going to leave that place. Yeah, I felt bad. I didn't cry. I felt bad. We just left. They told us. I remember my mom told us we're just going for a short time. But me, I had already known that we might be going to a new place to start a new life. We came and started living in Chirico, I think, there, near the railway. Yeah, we came. We did. By then, we just shifted. We shifted with just our bags, very few things. And say leaving. Then after 1 week, Daddy left.
He left you guys.
No, it wasn't 1 week. It was like a month of us. Yeah, it was a month.
No. I'm saying we came in the house. Then he went back. I said bringing the things that were in cupboard. I remember very well. It was a white pickup that brought those things. I was aware that we are starting a new life. My little siblings. This is when Zayn asked me, Miracle. All along we had come here and we are shifting and we didn't know. And I told him, I don't know what is happening. That was the answer I gave my brother. They brought things and we lived there for a month with our dad. We actually used to have breakfast so well seated. Remember, Dad used to sit with some big cup of his. Things were not as good as they were, but I was happy he was around. By then, I think, before all the disaster happened, I think amongst all the babies my father had, I loved him the most. I loved that. We were like this. He was my bestest friend. But there are times I wouldn't even realize my mom is in the house.
You were always with him?
Even when Dad is going, I would always want to know where Daddy is going.
So let me ask. So he was your bestest friend. You were so tight with him.
Very tight.
And
very tight.
What went through your mind the day you saw him push your mom and attempting to slap her?
I thought Mom was wrong. There's no way I blamed my dad for anything in that time. Okay. I was like, okay, push. I think Mom is doing something wrong.
Because you're a child and...
As a baby, so my dad was my best friend. Me and my mom, by the way, weren't close. Yeah, she can also tell we weren't close when I was a child.
So when he left, when he left, what went through your mind? And
I actually started getting angry at my mom. By the way, very angry.
Why?
I thought Mom was the reason why Dad left.
Why did you think?
Because it just came to my head. My dad was so quiet. He looked like a humble soul to the fullest. I felt like he was very quiet and there was no way I could think that my dad was doing anything wrong. So there is no way I would think that he was wrong in any way. Yeah, so I started getting angry at my mom. My mom reached a point that when she talks to me, I actually don't talk back to her.
You would not...
Like, I didn't give that point of violence, but I wasn't close with my mom.
So you just ignore her and you despise her a lot?
No, actually, I didn't bring it that way. She would not notice. Maybe she did, I don't know, but Mommy was someone I would never even tell my secrets. Now we are still living in Chiriku, things are happening. Then after a month or 2, 3, about a month, that's when Daddy decided to go to Juba, Sudan. My mom, by the way, me and my mom escorted my dad very well, in peace.
To the bus.
Yes. And she paid the money. I remember she gave Daddy money. I don't know where it came from, but she gave Daddy money. I remember that so well.
So you remember all that?
Wow. Dorin, how much did you give him? It's okay. How much was it? No, it's okay.
I know people can say, how can a woman give all her money to... Actually, let me tell you one of the things why my mom had completely cut me off. When my dad died, my dad was working in the judiciary. So when he died, we used to get in the judiciary, there is that money you get cumulative. They give it to you for years. So we kept on letting that money accumulate at the administrator general. Because women, we marry with love and we want to support our men. There is no woman who wants her man to be down because they will disrespect your man, and when they disrespect your man, it gets to you. That money, I went and got it. Count it like my father's inheritance.
How much was it? No, it's okay. Feel free to tell us. No, feel free.
It was a lot of money.
No, Doreen, feel free to tell us how much it was.
Things we do for love.
I understand. Just feel free and tell us.
For the sake of this girl, let me just tell you that it was money. You're not getting your inheritance. I'm not saying that women, we shouldn't help men. By the way, I love helping. Every woman should stand with their man, especially when this man has been providing, but is stuck somewhere. Maybe he has lost his job. We are the helpers, so come in and help. But me, I think I told you because I didn't get counsel, I was making wrong. Mom told me, Doreen, buy land. But to me, I thought she was turning me against my man because she had already had a wrong perspective about him. So I was like, no. In fact, I even came and told him, can you imagine Mom was telling me to buy land behind your back? I got the money, knelt down and gave it to him. Mom was mad. She was like, now, you married a man I didn't want. I didn't attend your wedding. You carry your father's inheritance and give it to him. Are you okay?
Was it over 20 million?
Actually, I gave it to him in 3 phases.
Was it over like 20 million plus?
If you add everything, yeah.
20 million plus?
Not plus, but 20 there.
So you got 20 million.
But in phases.
In phases of your father's inheritance, gave it to your husband to go and do business in Juba?
No, that was the first time.
Okay, you gave it to him to go and work?
Yeah, do things for us.
And he disappeared for 12 years?
No. Quote me right. Why I brought in that, because you asked me how much money I gave him. So I told you it wasn't the first time I did that. But now this time when he was going to Juba.
The first time.
The first time was the money that I received from my father's estate. But that is okay because we have children, we are family, we are trying to forge life. And I don't say it to shame him or to say he's a bad man or something. No. But I'm showing you what we do for love. Yeah. Thinking that the people we lay down our lives for will be there for us.
Will be there for us and remember.
So this particular money, you remember in my first story, I told you a friend of mine in the US sent me money. And I gave it to him. It was like 2M. Yeah. The way they sent it to me.
Is that why you gave it to him?
I gave it to him. Who remained with how much? 5,000, 3,000
Jesus Christ.
at the bus park. I didn't know that this girl was seeing everything.
Wow. So
Because I believed in him. I believed it's going to work and we get better.
and he never came back. So Miracle, when you saw him leave and when life started hitting you guys and you saw your mom suffering, did you ever come to a realization that, okay, your dad was wrong?
It took me time, by the way.
It took you time?
Not to blame my mom.
How long did it take you?
To cut the whole story short, I'm going to talk about how it psychologically tortured
You, yes.
During my primary level, mom is doing whatever she's doing to help us figure out life. I've never said this to my mom, but I also watched her story. By the way, I actually had no idea this was happening. She told me it was going to be an interview. My friend at school, I studied with Form 6, asked me, is this your mom? She sent a clip, and I went and listened to that story. Now, during that period where mom would go and hustle to find us what to eat, meanwhile, me and my younger brother would be boiling.
Boiling in anger.
No? On how to also help our little siblings.
Wow.
My brother said selling scrap. Meanwhile, Miracle allowed men to touch her to get money. Mommy would find the money at home and ask, where does this money come from? Me and my little brother Zion never used to speak. By the way, my brother right now has never told my mom that it is the very first time talking about it. My mom would find money. It's not that they raped me or had sexual intercourse with me.
They just touch you inappropriately.
But they would touch me inappropriately. Yes, some kissed and whatever the case is.
Just for you to help your mother.
Kadimama would find money. And me and my brother never talked about it. I remember even then that one day mom was so angry, out of anger, her stress, where she beat up my brother to an extent that
he almost died. They almost took me to police.
Yeah. Mommy thought we are developing bad habits. Okay? Yes, it is a bad habit. It is not okay to be done. But my brother did it out of pain. That mom was begging for food. We were tired of that moment, and we decided to figure out several ways of how to help mommy to find money. Every time mommy would find money on the table, we would tell her we picked it. Someone helped us. We begged for it. But in other ways, we are also finding solutions on how to do what?
How to survive.
Yeah. My brother started stealing. Mommy doesn't know about that. Zion, one time I went and rescued him from some neighborhood. They were going to they ganged up on my brother. He was very young, about P3. Now all this is getting into my head. I'm starting to learn characters I'm not supposed to do because of the trauma. On this point here, because our mom used to beat us, I'm also piling anger on who?
At her.
Thinking she's the problem. Yes, I was doing it to help her, but I still had that anger. And me, but it was me and Zion who had that anger on her. The little children didn't really have a clear picture of my dad, so they didn't really care that much. My brother said stealing food. My brother would bring food at home, cooked food. I don't know how. Micah would just come back with a dish from nowhere. It had food for us, we would eat. Micah one time sat me outside. We were all sleeping, including my mom, and we went out. I think it was around 2. Micah said, telling me, "Baby, America, no matter I still eat ninjilete waka." Micah went to go to some garden. The day they wanted to beat him, Yafuna box were from school. He knew that at home there wasn't going to be food, and we wanted to roast maize. So my brother parted from me and was like, "I will find you home." I was like, "It's okay." We started living an adult life at a very young age. Micah went and stole maize. My friends came from school. Miracle yangu Uganda bagenda kumutta. Hurry, they are going to kill your brother if you don't. I literally knelt down and started pleading for people. It is not his fault. He's trying to figure out a way to help my mom. We didn't tell mom about that thing. It's the very first day I'm talking about this.
And your mom didn't know
Why
about
did you keep
this?
all that?
Because I knew my mom would feel hurt. You know, it's very obvious seeing your kids doing such stuff. And
Yeah.
I got my brother. They had literally put tires. They were going to burn
No.
to death. I'm serious. I said, should I lie?
Which year was that?
We were young. I think Micah was over in P2 by then. I had gone to P5.
No, it was not P2. It was P3.
Me, I was in P5. Was I'm 2 classes ahead of him.
Wait. They had put tires on your brother.
They were going to burn my brother to death.
Because what had he stolen?
He had stolen maize, like from a big plantation. He had a box. How he was called the box store, because I think it was heavy for him to carry. And they told him, you young kid. Some friend of mine, he's called Peter. Peter came running and told me, Miracle, they're going to kill your brother. I went to these men. I pleaded. I pleaded.
But I think they were scaring him. They were not really going to ban him. But they wanted him not to.
I pleaded with these men. They let him go. My brother was tied up. Micah was tied up. They had sticks. But I think they made him lie down. I think like 50. By the time I found him, he was tied up. His uniform shirt was torn. I know what I'm talking about. They were. I think they were going to beat him, maybe, or traumatize him. I don't know, but I don't know what was going. But me, I found tires. He was in between tires. He was tied up, both legs and arms. His shirt was torn. I pleaded for these men. I told them it will never happen again. I explained the situation, why he stole, and they understood. By God's favor, we came back home. We didn't talk about it. I told Zion, never talk about this, ever. Not to your little siblings or to mom. I kept it as a secret. Meanwhile, all this is building up. I started developing hatred. That was the first character that came in.
Hatred
towards my mom and people. You start hating people for mistreating your brother. I decided developing hatred. Time went on. I started getting stress levels of the highest caliber. Like, I would get so stressed that it's even a day I escaped from home. They burnt me at night. The day Uncle Derek caned me. I remember some man had taken me over to which warehouse.
To do what?
I think he was actually going to do something very bad to me, but he had given me money.
How much had he given you?
Over 5K. It was 5,000. They brought. I ran. I remember. Realized.
Can I interject? Do you know why that was happening? Miracle became a mother
to her siblings.
Because I would have to go out and hustle. So most of the things that would happen, I wouldn't know. Even the day I beat the brother to almost death point, someone called me. There is a neighbor who called me and told me, by the way, your son has developed bad habits, Umukono. She told me engale mpanvu.
Stealing.
He's selling scrap and he's picking people's things. What people don't know, if you're not careful as a single mother, all the anger, the things their father did to you, all the trauma,
put it on the
you
children.
will put it on these children. This girl missed her childhood. Actually, I am trying to pay her back for the years she missed. Because I'm going to tell you, she may fear to tell you, but I tortured this girl. She was her father's favorite. At one point, actually, she told me, I don't know if she remembers, that I'm the reason the father left. I hated her. Do you know hating your own child with so much passion? Actually, one time I told her, I think I should, we didn't have food and she was trying, I think, to interject, Mom, how are we going? I told her, I think I should just cut you and we cook you and we eat you. I'm a God-fearing woman. I can't lie to you, sit here and lie to you that
you're perfect.
I didn't mistreat
You
her.
mistreated her.
Everything I found home that was imperfect. If the brother had wandered, if they had broken something. Do you know I started seeing things disappearing in the house? Later I found out they were selling them.
To get money for you guys to eat.
Mm-hmm. So I would blame her. You know, she's the mother figure that I'm depending on. So she was forced to be a mother.
At a young age.
Do you know those children who grow up with
too much anger?
Too much anger, too much hatred. One time she boxed a cupboard. They just had an argument with the brother, remote. Who takes the remote? And she boxed. Kicked. She has a scar there.
Very big scar. It's here.
That scar. She kicked the cupboard. Glass cut her. Because of the anger. Meanwhile, the brother also started getting anger. Because he was getting it from her. So there was so much anger. The mother is torturing her own children. The children are also blaming the mother. I think the day I said I need to change and do better is when I beat that boy and the police officer came and told me, Doreen, it's because I know you, what you're going through, but I was going to take you to jail for what you have done to this boy. Told me, Doreen, you can do better. You can do better so that one day when that man comes back, he finds a sane and sound person, and you have raised a generation of children. And I remembered, you see those cycles, things they do to you, things my mother did to me.
They kept on repeating themselves now to you, to
I
your
was
children.
doing to this girl. That is when the Holy Spirit quickened my mind, and I was like, God, please help me. Do you know how to literally kneel down and apologize? The Holy Spirit told me, you're going to kneel down
and apologize to
ask for forgiveness from these children. You see children who grow up with single parents, if you're not careful, you can curse your own children by the power of your words.
Of your tongue, yeah.
Tongue. You know there are times I would tell them words that I would also go to the bedroom and I'm like, did I just say that?
So, Miracle.
So that was.
So this man takes you to a warehouse after giving you 5K. And who rescued you?
Oh, I think, a voice told me, if you're wise, get your sandals and take off.
Which class were you by then?
P5.
Jesus Christ.
I ran. That's when I found Uncle Derek. There's some guy, he's a friend to Mom, church friend. They were looking for me by that night. They gave me canes. They beat me up. When my mom came to ask what had happened, they may just said I'd gone to see my friend and I came back late.
So, in the quest of you helping your mom take care of the home, the quest of you looking for food to help your mom feed the home, you let men touch you inappropriately.
Yes, true.
With time, how did that affect you psychologically? How didn't you feel like, when did you snap out of it?
Snap out of it? How, in what way exactly?
How did you get out of it? How did you realize, okay, I'm doing the wrong thing? Did you ever come to...
Yeah. No, things got worse. You know, after I had developed one habit after another, and behind my mom's back.
What other habits did you develop?
I started doing drugs.
Wow. What kind of drugs?
I started smoking. There were these small bears that you put in the mouth. I started drinking alcohol. By the way, yes, I did that.
Yeah.
I developed, I don't know if it's hatred or anger. I reached a point, like after realizing, by the way, when I realized my mom wasn't in wrong and it wasn't my dad, it was in my form for vacation. When I had an opportunity to go out because of my talent, I'm a very talented dancer.
Very talented dancer.
Very talented.
Now, to to anyone who's watching out there, please look out for Miracle. I've watched clips. You've danced at Watoto before?
Yes, I have.
I've watched you. I've seen the face now. I remember you. She's very talented. So if there's any person out there, please look out for her. So which country did you go to?
No. It actually wasn't. I was supposed to go. I'm a national athlete here right now. I dance for the country.
Nice.
Yes. So my mom, the first opportunity I got was in Form 4.
To go
My
where?
mom,
They were supposed to go to Germany.
Germany. Wow.
No. That was
Was it?
Zoe who went to Germany.
No, you were supposed to go, but you didn't go.
I was supposed to go to Seoul, South Korea.
South Korea.
Yes. They called mommy tried to call daddy. He actually picked up that, he did. Me, I had even stopped thinking about him that much. I started looking at myself as someone who doesn't even have a dad.
Yeah.
When my mom I used to demand my mom for daddy. That day she told me, Miracle, you know what? I don't want to lie to you. Get this phone.
Call him.
Talk to your father. My dad picked up a phone call. I told him that Mom is processing on my things for going out, but she doesn't have enough money. I would kindly ask you, if you took hand, at least this time, pay for this opportunity that I have.
How much did you need?
We needed 200,000 because we needed to make an express 200 plus. I had to get a passport, I had to get a birth certificate from NIRA, I had to get
Yellow fever
card, I needed my national ID, but in express form, so the money was actually going to be a lot. My dad boldly told me, you're there learning that luxurious life of your mom. You want to waste money in things that won't build you. I kept quiet. It was the first time I realized my dad was not the person I thought he was. I remember when I got off that phone call, I gave my mom her phone. I did not speak to her. I just went to my bed. I didn't cry. Me, I cried too much, but I'm at a point where I no longer have tears. Things happen, but I feel like I cried too. But I used to cry a lot because of a lot of things. I didn't cry, but I was so heartbroken. I want to marry. My mom asked me, what did your father tell you? For 3 consecutive years. And I just told my mom what daddy told me. We were in the house this year in my vacations. And I told her what daddy actually told me. On her bed, she asked me in a joking way, what did your father tell you that? By the miracle, you've never told me what daddy said about you going. And I told her. She was surprised. She was like,
so you missed on the opportunity to go to Seoul?
Yeah, I didn't go. Another kids actually went. It was very painful, and I was one of the top big girl dancers they had to represent the country. I didn't go.
So you've never traveled out again?
Yeah, I haven't, but next year I'm on the list that is supposed to go for Uganda Olympics.
In dancing?
Yes.
Because dance is the new. It was just incorporated recently.
Yes. So I have to go in 2026.
God willing.
You have the passport?
I have everything.
You have everything.
Yes.
Later, actually, there's a way God usually comes through for us. I just gave someone a call and someone was like, hey, Miracle needs a passport.
You see that opportunity that you missed to go to Seoul? God never shuts one door. He opens 1,000 more. And I'm glad you finally understood and finally realized that it was not your mommy. No.
Yeah.
By the way, Muchiga, let me tell you something. To describe for you the strong hard-heartedness she had developed and the hatred she had for me, one day she went towards her vacation. She was supposed to come back early. She came back at 9 in the night. So as a mother, do you know we almost fought?
I remember you told that story.
This girl almost gave me. That is the much hatred she had for me. She was so angry that she punched the wall you threw the saucepan.
It was a saucepan.
So
she was so angry.
Miracle, how did that anger start going away? When did that anger start leaving you?
Oh, actually, on on an honest basis, we're being very honest, it was this year.
This year?
Yes.
That's when the anger started going away.
When I've spent my whole vacation with my mom. That's when I realized my mom was... No. It eradicated completely this year. It started going when I joined A level for Form 5.
Yeah.
When I decided to give a chance to understand who my mom is.
Yes.
And we started hanging out a lot, cracking jokes. I know my mom was interesting, by the way. I know she could be my... Oh my goodness, my mom is my bestest friend right now.
Wow.
She is. She's this person. We play our... Actually, we joke. It's very hard to find families where girls really interact with their mom to the maximum.
Yeah.
But my mom is this person who steps slow and literally engages in my teenage level conversations, and we have an actual conversation. When she's watching TikTok, she will come and see this kid, and we laugh together. She has taught me the basis of me. I had even given up on God. It's like, man, you're there, you're seated in your big chair, and we are here suffering, and you expect me. I told God, I'm tired of worshiping you and whatever you call boldly. I'd given up on God. It's like, my mom is always suffering. We are the ones begging for food. You're after this situation, another comes. You're here, mom gets a good job, she loses it the next time. Your brother's like, it was a lot, eh? It's like I had reached a point. My mom even literally praying, they had to force me. We would go for prayer and I would do this. I wouldn't even say amen. It's like, for what purpose?
For what purpose?
Should I say that? I'd given up on God. I became psychologically traumatized, by the way, that I had to seek therapy from different people. I also went through a therapy session.
Actually, I want to thank a friend of mine, a pastor friend of mine, Pastor Jamada.
He helped her.
I had to go through a therapy session. I had to understand several principles of life.
Yeah.
But as time has gone on, oh, by the way, I didn't even hate my mom alone. I hated even my siblings. I reached a point where I hate everyone. I only loved myself and me alone. I hated even my dad. I reached a point I don't want to know whether you're a family relative. I became very arrogant in talking. I was very rebellious. I remember my mom cried a lot of tears in Form 2.
You're so rebellious.
Because she's from a situation, she's from Jordan. Me, I reached a point I don't care. But she dies. After all, me, I thought she was the cause of everything. But when my mom came back from Jordan, I wasn't touched.
Wow. Wow.
I was the other reason my dad left. When my grandma came, I remember it was past year away. I was at Lion of Judah in Form 2. They brought for me the phone. I saw the video and she was in the toilet. Pastor Yao looked at me and said, "You're not even moved." I watched the video, went back to class and sat. Like nothing had happened. When Mommy came to see me, I remember very well when you came to see me, I wasn't as happy as you expected me to be.
She didn't even jump. She didn't even...
And there, hugged her, she told me her stories. When she was done, she left, I also left. But I would see the condition she was in wasn't okay. I was very aware how police were. People, my friends would come and you're not even checking. I was so okay with everything that was happening. Me, I reached a point I don't care about my brothers, how, as long as I was okay personally.
By the way, that's why mothers have to be... The mistake I did, I thought I was protecting my young children by not telling them what exactly was happening. You see, even in those years in Kabal, we would portray a good picture to them, but behind...
things are not good.
So it is always better when your children come of age, tell them. You may think you're protecting them, but me, I have received hate from my own children because I thought I was...
So by the people who actually loved my mom were the other three, more especially Gavi.
So you're only one girl, you're two girls?
We are two. It's me and Zoe, then Zion, Gavi, and Rafa.
Oh, so you mentioned your sister traveled to Germany?
Yeah, she did.
Nice.
She's a talented singer.
Choir, the organization takes choir.
Dorin, God is blessing you through your children. I've hosted people here, but I've never cried on set. I've never cried on set, but dear fathers, please, dear fathers, let's do our best and be present. By the time your daughter allows men to touch her inappropriately, just for her to get money and help the mother in feeding the family, that's the bare minimum, man. That's
No, there is even one time I almost got imprisoned.
For what?
Drug dealing. Eh?
You were selling drugs?
Yeah, in school. In school, then outside, I remember. My mom reached a point, I said in high school, I said living a very luxurious life. Very expensive things that my mom never had an idea. My mom actually thought I had joined the cult at one point. I was like, oh, you're in Illuminati. Even the school, I used to carry 1 million to school.
1 million?
Pocket money.
Just your own money because you were dealing in drugs?
I had friends of mine would sell drugs. I had friends who were scammers. I really didn't have a good company when I was in high school. I think even some of them were in cult, by the way. True. Her spirit never lies to her. The Holy Spirit tells the truth and always shows my mom what I'm into. I remember there's one friend of mine I got in high school. He had tattoos all over him and he gave me that watch. I remember my mom told me to take it off.
She came with a very expensive Muchiga.
By then, Rolex watches are very expensive.
You put on a Rolex watch?
Yeah, I had a Rolex watch.
She came with it and I asked her and she told me, my friend gave it to me. I wanted to see the friend. By the way, it was a whole scarf. Because I told her, you're not living in the house with this watch. I'm struggling to get food. And my child comes home with the expensive, glittery.
I said, I was in school, Form 2. I had 11 pairs of shoes. 11
pairs of shoes?
I would change.
That your mom could not afford?
Yeah. But my mom didn't buy any. I had the jumpers, I lived in Form 2, I lived a life of it's out of pain because I wanted to cover that shame that I was from a rich family before and it's not happening. So I wanted to have this popular name in school. But when I joined a level, sponsorship things were changing. It's when I started reforming my life. For the first time in my mom's, I remember even in third term Form 5, my mom gave me a gift for not being called at school for crimes. She did.
Wow.
I did.
Wow.
Because every time when you had a phone call from school,
just no miracle had committed
they are
a
calling
crime.
you.
In Form 4, I remember in Form 2, I got expelled, went to another school. But I've been to a lot of schools. Leave the primary site was when things were not okay. In high school, because I had become traumatized, I had left life, I didn't care. But God can also help you in your weirdness. You know, in every school I went to, I was the butt of a class, surprise.
You were performing so well.
And that's how she got sponsorships.
I would be expelled from schools, but they would bless me with more sponsorships because I was very smart. I was the top from Form 1 to Form 4, always.
Wow.
Then Form 4, I remember I deteriorated because of bad company. Bad company. And I didn't perform as to my expectation because I was headache to my mom. She cried a lot of tears. For the first time in Form 5, I remember my mom had a very calm heart. I think it's when our bond started becoming bigger, the fact that she was repairing me emotionally. I also decided to start making her proud as a child. My little sister told me she loves me in Form 5. But then meanwhile, you know, with my selfishness, my little siblings would sacrifice, when they were in primary and I was in Form 5. When Mom would go to VD to visit the other 4, Mom told me when I'd grown, better do you know that your friends would decide to go hungry to see their big sister completing a happy life. They would sacrifice half the pocket money that would be brought to me in school. Another thing I developed, I said being content. Before I was miscontent. My mom got surprised I would finish a whole term and I would be content to see her only on video, and she would never get a phone call that I need money. Did I disturb you in a level?
In S5, no. But S2, S4, this girl, Muchiga, you don't want to know. I cried, I prayed, I fasted. Like, I'm already a small woman, but I was almost remaining with 2 kgs. I was like, God, it can't continue. It can't.
So I learned how to be content. I decided to, it was hard, like being so straight in school. By the way, when you even go to my former school in A-level, teachers loved me so much. I might have been a bit stubborn, you know, A-level vibe, especially
I know the vibes. I know the vibes.
A bit disobedient about uniform.
Yeah.
But you won't find that Miko was found in dark corners coupling. They call me Miko. Most people call me Miko. You won't find that I was burning, vandalizing property in school, abusing matrons. When I was in wrong, by the way, because I realized I'm not someone good at keeping time, by the way. It's a problem I have. So there are times you would wake up, you still want to sleep, you have morning prep, you're locked in dorm. Or matron would find me and they give me a squeezer to scrub or a brush. I would not rant. I would be like, I'm sorry. And then it would happen several occasions. At times I would improve, then go back. But I wasn't suspended or expelled or taken those cases to the office for that late coming thing because I was obedient. I learned how to be obedient and accept correction. And that is also one problem. I'm still fighting with it, but she can tell. You know, before we would exchange words at a very high rate, my mom would talk and I would talk back. She would be like, you're doing this. I'm like, I don't care. After all, you're the reason. By the way, there are times I would tell her you're the reason why dad left. But nowadays, mom will call me. Like, Miracle, I didn't like this. There are times I feel like, oh, I said this. But God has helped me learn how to retain myself and say sorry for a mistake. And speak. But that was a very good lie. I don't know if people lie. I would lie. There's a time I lied the whole administration and they fell for a story I'd given them.
What story was that?
I think why it was finding drugs. Then I had illegals in my bag.
You had a phone.
Yeah, but I didn't carry phones to school, but I would help other Form 6s carry their stuff. I was a middleman helping Form 6 boys talk to their babes and stuff. That was the stuff I used to do in Form 2.
You were a pimp.
Yeah. So one time they called me to office. There is this face I can give. I used to give.
The innocent face.
It was very hard for you to believe that I was the one who did it. They expelled people and I remained in school. I lied to the whole administration. I lied to a policeman. But there's even this moment, you know, I'd become so professional. I would put someone in a conversation as the other one is stealing from a person.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And later they stole from her. The same.
You'd put someone in a conversation while someone else is robbing them.
These people, I had friends in Mukono who would steal phones. But remember, now, mom gave me a pretty face. I look young. When people look at me, people actually think I'm still in Form 3. That's the advantage I would use. I would put someone into a conversation. Let's say, for example, from a bank. I gang up with these guys. I put you in a moment of, I tell you, I used to use our story of suffering as a gateway to get from people. They would steal from me. By the way, it happened to me also.
What happened?
They stole from me.
The very people took her phone.
Stole from me as well. The very people I was dealing with.
The very people you're dealing with stole
from me. That's when I realized things were actually bad. Yeah. I learned how to go to the club, smoke shisha. What didn't I do when I in this planet? I did a lot of things. And I would hang out with big people. You know, you're 16, but the people you're hanging out, 23, 31, 28. I didn't have kids. I didn't deal with these
young kids.
Can
I interject, Carton? Being a parent is not easy. Do you know I would sit and wait for her? Because I would also be worried. And she would come very annoyed. I think she would time like when she's entering the house. And she puts this face like, don't ask me. But being a mother, you ask her, by the way, there is food there. Are you going to eat? Some of those changes, I had noticed them. But you're like, I've raised my child in a godly way, you know. But later I discovered that actually she was not into God. Even, you know, we have Bible reading. Everyone reads. But her turn, she'll tell you, let Gavi read. Let this one read. So being a parent is not easy, especially single parent.
You know, my dad living psychologically tortured me. And not only my brother, Zion has started releasing anger just of recent. But, you know, we reached this point. The hatred, you know, all the other habits started leaving. I gave up on drugs. I no longer do drugs. I'm so clean to the maximum. I don't take toxic stuff. I am very clean. But the
Even
hatred,
soda, she stopped.
I don't even take soda, by the way. The hatred part, you know, when my mom was like, we should forgive our dad after us realizing the truth. Me and my brother went and said, we're waiting for him to enter this compound. He will live without his head. And I would speak it with no remorse. My mom has raised me to this point, and they usually appear when you're graduating. I was in Form 6 by then. My brother also was like, it's like, I just wish on that graduation day with my gown, even though I see some mascara with a gun to his head, a bullet through. You know, they were saying something, you joke, there's one you can see someone joking. But when my brother says something, he actually means it. Me as well. I decided the day I see my dad, the next time I should shoot him dead or kill him. Myself, not letting anyone, taking him to prison. I wanted to do it myself, thinking it's the right way. Then my mom one time came and told us a scripture in the Bible. She was like, God said, why would you want me to forgive you
when you can't forgive others?
When you don't forgive others. That thing touched me so much. Right now I have no problem whether he comes and he sits there and of course the judge won't be that much. I won't lie. I have no problem with him at this point.
Mostly after what he told you of
living a luxurious life.
So Miracle, right now you've healed. You're still on the journey of healing.
Yeah, I am. By the way, this interview, truth speaking, I wasn't really willing to do it.
You were not willing to do it?
Because, you know, talking about it. But then I gained the courage. I rewatched her videos yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm actually in Tororo. I was in Tororo.
Yeah.
I'm training my kids at a competition national level.
Yeah.
They're competing. I'm a coach.
You're a coach, nice.
Mom called me yesterday. She was like, Miracle, you knew you had an interview list on Thursday. I'm like, yes, mommy. It's like, I expected you to be here by this time. I kept quiet on phone. I listened to her. She was like, this will help you heal. I really didn't want to come. I first stood at the taxi park and thought, you know, I even told my friends, like, why go? Why don't? Then I got her videos and watched and remembered how much my mom has struggled to see me become a better person. This is when I realized I was acting 20, not 15, to make a right decision. I boarded that taxi. I reached here in Kampala. It was 12. My mom, you know, she asked me, why didn't you hug me? And I had just come. I looked at my mom at 12 a.m. in the night with a border person. She wasn't even wearing a sweater, waiting for her little princess to reach.
Wow.
There's a lot of love. And she looked at me, and even when she's going to... But then she was like, you entered the house with a very angry face. She was very correct. I was so pissed. I was like, no, my kids are there. They're supposed to dance. I'm not around. And by then, she took an initiative to talk to my team before I left. No parent can do that. She encouraged them that they would perform. So I think she was a dancer as well when she was a teenager. And I was like, it's okay. And I took that step and came. Truth be told, I actually feel relieved right now talking about that.
You feel relieved talking about it?
I didn't think it would work, but it has.
So you feel the pain is going away, the anger is going away.
Yes, exactly. I feel better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, and may God bless you. May God reward you. You are going to travel. You trust me, you're going to travel.
Amen.
You are going to traverse this world, and the people watching out there are going to come through for you guys. You're so talented. I just speak blessings, I speak favor, I speak mercy and grace upon your life.
Thank you.
Whatever the book of Joel says, God is going to reward you 10 times.
What you lost, the years you lost.
The years you lost. God is going to reward you of the years you lost.
Yeah.
You understand? The years you acted as a mother, the years you were so painful that your dad left, man, God is going to reward you. And I'm glad that through dance you are able to express yourself.
You know that when my mom asks me, Miko, why do you love dancing so much? You know, I love it to an extent. The times we usually kind of might spark into chorus. She wants me to do something, but then I consider dance more and sometimes and stuff. You know, at the Nationals, let me tell you something, Mom, you didn't know. When I stepped on stage, every girl child told me, you're the reason why I joined dance sports.
Wow.
You're the reason why I'm this good dancer.
You can clean your lips.
You're the reason why. You're the reason why I realized my little sister wasn't actually. Let me give an example of my little sister. She was a musician.
Yeah.
All the way, dance wasn't really her thing. This year, my sister emerged as the gold medalist of the Mukono region Afro dancing.
Wow.
My mom was shocked. I was shocked. I asked her, so why did you take this step? She told me my big sister is a star. And I take her to be my #1 role model.
You're going to inspire many people.
Wow.
Mr. Muchiga.
Yeah.
Our story needs like a whole day, actually, I'm planning to write a book. Maybe one day someone will help me publish it. Yeah. I want to put my life in a book. And also, I've devoted my life. The other thing I hadn't told you, I serve with SOA L3, Survivors of Abuse Restored, through listening, learning, and loving. I've devoted my life to travel wherever God takes me, just to share my story about marriage, making good choices, breaking cycles, parenting. So, for me, my message out there is to tell people, if anyone is willing to come through and we continue this work, because it's one thing I promised God in Jordan. You see why I'm seated here telling you, it's hard for people to open up their inner closet, skeletons. But I told God, if you take me back home, I'm going to tell people my testimony, so that through it people heal, people are changed, people are transformed. And I just pray as we leave this place, every single parent who hears this story, please forgive me. My message will continue being forgive and be true to God. You know, there are times one man of God told me, Doreen, I want you to do 3 things. I take him as a father figure. Told me, Doreen, when God gives you opportunity to work, be hardworking, because your children depend on it. Live a pure life. I'm not going to tell you I'm a saint, I'm holy and whatever, holier than thee. But if you're a single parent and you decide to live for God, God will always come through for you. I don't know how, but He will always come through for you. Forgive yourself. Forgive your spouse who left. Forgive your children. I'm telling you, children sometimes can do things to us, can drive us to the wall, but forgive them and also forgive your family. They didn't come through for you. Your parents did the best they could do, that they knew how. Please forgive them. Don't hold them. And enjoy life and enjoy the blessings of God.
You know, there's this one funny thing about a life without a dad and suffering. It is, you know what, these kids who actually, mom made it a master to speak English at home no matter what situation.
Yeah.
My mom was someone who didn't have much.
But did her best to provide.
She not even provided. Every holiday we would go at least to some expensive place. You know, that's how I've survived in this world actually. In Uganda.
Yeah.
You know, going to a hotel, there is one time I entered some restrooms. Very nice hotel. But because my mom had taken me somewhere, I experienced something. I feel like if I didn't have a mom who supports me to the fullest, at least mommy trying to take us to game parks, nice restaurants, eat some good food. She's not someone who had much, but she tried to help us. You know, when people look at us right now, for example, me, people think I'm an Aga Khan material because of my English, the way of conduct, the way I respect people, the way I approach situation. And we have been a strong family. You know, going to a place and you see, my mom gave us this thing. If you fail to do something, first sit and observe. I went to a bathroom one time and had a sense of water. I looked at the thing for like 30 minutes. I failed to figure it out. So I waited when someone is coming to the washroom. And I pretended like I was cleaning my face, yet the water had failed to come. So I didn't know that logic. And she did it, then I also saw it. It's like, this is the reason why I have a mom. Listening to your mom can help you out.
Wow. Yeah, and to the people out there who are saying that maybe the man did a DNA and found out that the children were not his.
Really?
Those were the comments on social media. Please don't go there.
They are his. Actually, I have had all 5 of them. No, me, I'm okay with DNA, even if he came and he wants us, and he wants DNA.
You'll do it.
But of course, there are features on a father who...
I literally have mixed toes, nail, my face.
It's your dad. Now.
And you know what is surprising, Muchike? You know, when their dad was leaving, I was 2 months pregnant, but he left me a name for the last born.
Now, those of you who are saying really that the man did a DNA, those of you who are saying that you need to hear the side of the story, let me tell you, men act, we men most times act in an appropriate way. You just can't wake up one time and leave your family. Now, just see what the children had to go through because of an absent father. So to the fathers out there, no matter how hard the situation is, let's be present. Let's be present. Let's be present. And Dorin, to those of you who want to reach out to her, please read your number. We are also going to put it on the screen.
MTN or both?
Both of them.
Okay, MTN is 0781 850 989. Then Airtel is 0756 87 28 18. I know you're rushing, but please, Muchiga, allow us to thank you.
Yeah.
Because you have been part and parcel. God has used you to break a cycle. My daughter is healing because of you. You had so many people to host. People didn't understand why you hosted us, but God used you.
Yeah.
Not only her, but even me. I feel more relieved. I feel better. And I'm going to go out and live for God and study more and serve other people. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Plus your family and your team. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming through. Guys, that's been it. That's been Dorin's story with her daughter. The reason as to why I brought the daughter was because I wanted you guys to see the effects of an absent father from their children's lives, the kind of psychological torture it can bring to them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep on liking, subscribing, sharing. Till next time, guys, that's been it. God bless you and bye.